Well, good morning again, everybody. It's good to at least virtually touch base with you again. I have to say, I like these. I don't know how you feel about them, but I kind of like these. I call them my little fireside chats once a week. Uh, it's a different format than my weekly letter that I put out, which is a different format than my message, sermon, homily that comes on Sundays. I'm a different person here. This is kind of more of a casual presentation, and I kind of like that. And so I thought today I would briefly mention to you about the way of love. And it is something that we are have been in the process of incorporating into our ethos, our way of being as a community of Christ followers. And really, a lot of it comes from Jesus' own words and the statement that you will know that you are my disciples because of your love for one another. That love is the defining characteristic of us, not our liturgy, not our beliefs or our doctrinal statements, but our love. And that love goes back 2,000 years to the love that walked this earth for 33 years in the form of Jesus of Nazareth. And so when we think of a way of love, we think of his life and how he turned over the tables of the money changers in the temple, and he called in his way of love, he called the religious leaders uh, uh, whitewashed tombs full of dead men's bones. And he touched a leper and ministered to an adulterous woman and talked with a Samaritan woman by a well. That these things were the way of love. And so this is where we're going as a parish here to translate that 2,000-year-old demonstration of the way of love to Good Shepherd 21st century way of love. So it's not a program, and I don't think how I could state that more strongly than that. You know, many of us have been through all kinds of different church programs, and this is not one of those. This is a way of living. And the way we will find ourselves living in this way of love is when we engage in 7 different practices, and this comes from the Episcopal Church, the denomination, and it's some good stuff, I believe. And basically, when we are practicing these things, that the first one is to turn. When our thoughts are going the wrong direction, we turn towards Christ, or we are talking with somebody intimately and our conversation goes sideways and we pause and say, wait, that's not the way of Christ, so I turn towards Christ. So the first of the practices is turn. The second is learn, that we are continuing to learn and grow about the Bible, Scripture, about the Christian church, about those who walk this way of love throughout the century. So we're always learning. And by the way, I've got all kinds of resources that I could throw at anybody if you want to know some possible resources there. The third one is pray. And what does it really mean to be a person of prayer? Fourth one is worship. And what is worship? And it's what happens on Sunday mornings, but it's a whole lot bigger than that. The next one is turn, learn, pray, worship, bless. That we are a blessing to those around us in our community, in our faith community, but as well as those outside the faith. And then we go and share our faith in the way of love with other people. And then the last one is rest. And that's kind of the Sabbath that we take. So you'll be hearing a lot more about these things in the weeks ahead. You hear pieces of it in my messages on Friday and sermons, and it kind of bleeds out in a lot of different ways. But this is the way of love, and this is the way that we are moving as a community to be people of deep love. And we act out of love, we think out of love, we live this way of love. And so thinking about and commenting on this whole concept of love, Where you are at, I trust that Christ, the lovely one, is caring for you there, and you're safe and doing well. And continue to reach out to us if there's anything I can do or we can do as a parish to support you, to love you better during this time. Thank you.